And then the discussion that he gave that just blew everyone's mind at that point in time because it was way ahead of everyone else saying, hey, and he said basically, I am deeply concerned about the direction that we're going with AI, lack of AI alignment, all of these things that we all know for the most part these days. So I believe that he's a colleague of yours or was a colleague of yours. And I would love to get your perspective on the bigger picture of one, what it's like to have known him or know him, and two, the direction that he's gone most recently with his concern and his sort of public announcement that he would love people to get together and try to come up with ways for us to wrap our arms around this before it gets potentially out of control.
So I will certainly agree with you that that Jeff is a wonderful man, and we haven't spent all that much time together. But when I was looking to sell one of my earlier companies, I called him up and said, hey, you sold the company to Google. Can you sort of teach me how this works? And I was just an assistant professor in the department, but he took me into his office and walked me through the whole process, and just incredibly generous and you know and also obviously very insightful. I think there are sort of two things that I would sort of say yes and on. So obviously, no one has had as much time to ponder the implications of this technology as he has, and he is a brilliant man. And so I would think about his insights. I think the other thing to keep in mind, of course, though, too, is oftentimes the people who are closest to the implementation of the technology have the most trouble seeing the potential applications for that technology. And so I think if certainly if he says it, we should listen. That alignment is going to be a huge problem, and the more that we hand over control of things to the AI, the more worried we should be, especially when we see what the possible implications are. But I would also point out that he has talked about all the amazing potential great outcomes for AI. So I would just say, I think the real opportunity for all this stuff is in the application space and in tools that fundamentally empower people to do things that they couldn't before. And I think that those applications are why I'm optimistic for the future of this technology. And I think an incredible opportunity for us to do amazing things as a species.